TheWaterwhispers, Ilse.
Hello everyone. A long time ago I got a request to talk about my trip to Venice, and today I'm going to talk about that trip to Venice. So the first picture that you see is me with back then a really good friend of mine, and I went on a trip with her and her boyfriend. So the next picture is me, as you can see. And this is just, a small little street where people live. And I really liked the look of this little street. I really like it that in most of the European countries they have these small streets, and it just looks really cozy. And that is her with her boyfriend. We were really paparazzis back then in that holiday. This holiday was in 2009, so it's a long time ago. And this was a small river with old buildings and just a little bridge, and I really like this view. Then we have, you don't see it on the picture, not that well, these are fish in the water. Of course I had to make a picture of the fish in the water. This is a picture of a mermaid. I just really like the tiles, how they made it. It's hand painted. This was a huge church, and as you can see, she is taking a picture over here. And this is a pretty statue. I thought it was really cool with like the lion over here and all these little warriors. Really liked it. And on the big square where you had the church, you had a lot of pigeons, as you can see. And this was one of the big halls that you had, and with all small shops, and the shops that you had over there were really, really expensive. This was just, it really looked so amazing, so gorgeous. And these are like frescoes. They were hand painted, and they're actually, I don't know if they had to fix it, but most of the paintings are still original and they didn't have anything to do about it. So this is outside with nearby, over here you have the canal. This is when we went to visit Venice for real with the train. This is a train station. This is the church at night. Hi guys, I can see you guys. Hi. And this was the church at evening. The statue again. The hallway at night. Yeah, these pictures are really blurry. That's because the lighting wasn't good, and back then I didn't have this camera, but I had a Nikon 5.1 megapixels, and the lighting was just not good enough to take sharp pictures, unfortunately. So this is during the day, just a building that I really loved. I have a lot of churches in Venice, and from another corner, this was a little restaurant where we sat down and we ate pasta. Of course, when you're in Italy, you can eat tons of pasta. This is a boat that you see over here, and as you can see, this building is like really old, almost doesn't have any paint on it anymore. The funny thing is, probably not for the people who live there, but the buildings in Venice are really expensive. But the only downside is that because everything is right beside the river, when they have heavy heavy rain. Like I don't know how you call it. I think that you call it the basement, where people store a lot of stuff. Most of the time, they get filled up with water, and then they have to pump the water out again. It happens on a yearly basis when they get heavy rain. This was just a little something on a building, just a very nice greenish old statue. And then we went into a gondola, me together with the couple. He is from New Jersey, and she is, well, her dad was from New Zealand. So she's half Dutch, well, Kiwi, and he's from New Zealand, and right now they're still together, and they're planning on getting married, and they're going to move to America, to New Jersey. So while we were sitting in the gondola, you had like absolutely beautiful bridges like these. It looked so cool. If you were standing on this, you had just an absolutely amazing view. And yeah, as you can see, she's just looking around, taking pictures. I did the same thing. And I really like these small, tight, like, rivers, you can call it, I guess. The water was pretty blue, and the guy in the gondola just told us the history about Venice and stuff like that. Yeah. So we really had a fun time. What I also liked so much was the shapes of those windows. They're really like, I don't know, they remind me of Eastern countries. Really elegant. And I can't remember who lived in this house, but this building is hundreds of years old. It was really elegant with all the detailed stone things that they made by hand. And that was one of the oldest buildings in the whole of Venice. There it is. With a very good balcony, as you can see. I don't think that I want to stand on that. And just another elegant picture of the building. I just love the shapes of the windows. A little bit blurry, this one. So there we went with the gondola. You can see one over there that was in front of us. And you can imagine that because all the buildings are right beside the water, that you get a lot of trouble with the water if you have heavy rain. Another guy in a gondola. And those are just some people who are while watching us in the gondola, basically. They have the laundry outside over here. That looks really cool. Just another church. More windows. And another gondola again. Yeah, different kind of gondolas, and the gondola that we took was for half an hour was €100. Like, that's a lot. You also had gondolas from like €80. That was the cheapest, and that didn't look as pretty. This is one of the gondolas that was €80. The one that we were sitting in was painted with gold. It looked really, really good. And was really comfortable as well. That was the guy of our gondola. As you can see, the front looks really elegant. It's hand painted. And this is just a view of a different square. Over here you also have hand painted paintings, like huge hand painted paintings. It just looks, it was amazing. Tower. Over here you can see it a little bit better. These basically tell stories of the Bible, and the details, that the attention that they paid to this building, the details are just so so fine. So you have a couple of horses over here. You have a lion over there. A couple of, what look like dragons over here on top. Just all these little stone statues. A couple of statues over there. And we were just walking around, taking pictures. Really looked amazing. And this thing, I really like this one. You have like a Roman number, and with a lion again. And this thing just looked really interesting with all the different numbers. And it just looked so beautiful. It was a really, really hot day. I remember that it was like 40 degrees. So we did things during the day, but sometimes it was just too warm to actually just walk around. You had a lot of stores, like on the street, like stands like this, where you could buy souvenirs and hats and stuff like that. Another beautiful building. I remember a story of this square that not too long ago, I think 2 to 3 years ago, they had heavy rain, and right next to it you have the river. This one, did you see? And the water was too high and the square was completely covered with water. Like the water came up until here. Completely. Completely flooded. This guy makes a really wise decision by drinking some water. I drank liters. I had liters of water a day. It was just so warm. And here you have like these little boats, the gondolas. Really pretty. Just a couple of guys who own those gondolas. Just looks so pretty. I really loved Venice. And a picture of us back then in 2009. Fortunately, I don't have the sunglasses anymore. That sunglasses, those broke when I was in Toronto a couple of weeks ago. And this was a huge cruise ship. As you can see, it was big, really big. With so many people who were all waving at us. And we were waving back at them. And more gondolas. You have so many gondolas in Venice. But that's the only way how to get around. In the city you can't drive with a car or like a motorcycle or whatever. You really have to walk everything because the streets are too tight and you can't go in there with a car. This is just a pretty elegant clock. It's like a little angel head over here. A little lion head. And this was really typical. A lot of stores in Venice sold these like handmade dolls. It looks really cool. And like over here you have a cat, and I can't remember how you call that figure in English, but Pinocchio. Another cat. Looks really artistic. And they also sold they were selling like these little masks. It's really typical for Venice as well. I think that those are people who are leaving their hotel. Another church. And just some random pictures. We were sitting on this little square where you had a statue over there, and we just got a drink. Probably the waiter. This was just an overall view, and just so colorful and just so beautiful. It's really, in my opinion, a romantic city with all the water. This is almost the end. One of the last days. We only stayed there for in Italy. Overall, we stayed. It was, if I'm not mistaken, only for 1 week, and we went to Venice for only 1 day, so I took a lot of pictures. So this was really funny. over here in the evening you had stands and where they would sell all like old books. Soon as it became dark, everyone went outside, like the local people, because otherwise it was too hot. Just some random building. And if I'm not mistaken, we're back to the beginning almost. And this was the building that had those expensive stores. And this was the hallway that I filmed. That was not really sharp. And then I went back home again and I made some pictures out of the airplane from the mountains. This looked really, really cool. This thing, this cloud. Yeah, just some mountains out of the airplane. The sunset. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I think that a lot of videos that will come up after this video are probably roleplays, because I have a lot of requests to do roleplays. And I hope that the volume on this video is a little bit better. Even though I didn't change the settings after my test video. But I just wanted to mention that it's also possible that it's probably your headphones. The headphones that I have are pretty good quality, and I can't even put the volume up halfway because otherwise it's too loud. But I tested it with a couple of other microphones or headphones, and I noticed that the quality and the volume was lower indeed. So you people are probably right about that. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little soft-spoken ramble video, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Let me know if the volume of this video was a little